Hey everyone, welcome back to another avatar creation tutorial for Jump Force. Today I'll be showing you guys how to create Sakura Haruno, one of the main characters in the Naruto series. Firstly, I'm going to show you guys how to customize and outfit this character, as well as going through the moveset I use and a few other options for alternate movesets. Anyway, let's get into it. So I'm going to be creating the version of Sakura you see on screen right now. This is the Naruto Shippuden version. I've chosen this version of Sakura as it's the most iconic outfit of hers and it's easy to replicate in game, unlike her original and Boruto appearances. I've never actually watched Naruto, but I think a lot of the characters have a really cool style, with unique character designs that all fit well into a theme. Despite Sakura looking radically different to say Sasuke, you can still see how they fit into the same world and time period. I'm a big fan of these types of characters. Creating Sakura was a recommendation from a friend, and I've had fun working with this character's moveset and outfitting her, as you'll see later on. This is what Sakura should look like when you finish this tutorial, so if you want to know how to make her in Jump Force, keep watching. Firstly, create a female character using the Type C fighting style. I chose this style as it focuses on Taijutsu combat, which is a fighting style used in Naruto and is fitting for creating a ninja character such as Sakura. For the body, go for the middle value for height. Sakura isn't particularly tall, but she is slightly taller than Naruto, so this is a good option. For both the body type and chest options, minimize these. Sakura might be a bit above average in terms of height, but she has quite a slender frame. And for the skin, stick with the default option. Sakura is fairly pale, so no tanning or colour shading on the skin is necessary. For the hairstyle, you can technically pick any option you want, which we'll go into later, but if you want to stick as true as possible to Sakura, go for this option on the first row in the third column. And for the colour, go to the 9th column first row. This is for both the collar and the highlights. For the eyebrows, you can go for two options, a more innocent look or a more serious look. I chose to go for the serious look here by choosing the eyebrows in the third column and the second to last row. As for the colour, I made these slightly darker than her hair colour by going to the 7th column first row. Sakura's ears are mostly covered by her hair. Despite this, they do poke out ever so slightly. I went for the smallest ear option, the first column first row. For the eyes, I chose the first column 4th row. Sakura's eyes aren't particularly angular, but they aren't too smooth either, so this is a good option. For both of the pupils, I chose the first column 2nd row option as her pupils are actually quite large. To colour them, I chose the 4th column 2nd row option. She has light green eyes and these stand out to her overall pink and red motif. Sakura has a small nose that doesn't stick out too much, so go for the first column last row option here. For the jaw, I chose the 3rd column 1st row option here. Sakura's jaw isn't fat per se, but it is definitely on the wider side. This is the perfect option. Finally, for the voice, I went with voice 6. Sakura's voice is mostly quite soft, but can sound a bit more abrasive when she's shouting in combat, and this voice is perfect for this. For this version of Sakura, she's very easy to outfit. Firstly, go to Universal Shop and get the tracksuit top female number 1 for her top. At the Universal Shop again, you will find the shorts female number 1 for the bottoms. Then, for the footwear, you will find the sandals female number 2 from the Universal Shop yet again. This next one is the last item you will need from the Universal Shop. It's an accessory called headband number 2. This is basically a Sakura hairstyle wig, which allows you to have Sakura's actual hairstyle alongside her ninja headband. The final item you will need is the gloves number 1 from the Naruto shop. These are a pair of loose black gloves which we see Sakura wearing in the show. So, Sakura is a character who uses a lot of physical force behind her attacks. She focuses on powerful fist attacks to defeat her opponents. She also has healing abilities. Unfortunately, this defensive healing playstyle is near impossible to replicate in Jump Force, so we're going to focus on an offensive powerhouse build. For Sakura's first ability, I went with Detroit Smash. This is an attack that Deku uses from My Hero Academia. This is a standard close range punch attack with a lot of force, so it makes the most sense as a go-to combo ender. For her second ability, I chose 6 Pass Spar, which is a move that Naruto uses. Again, this is another ability that shows Sakura's physical strength and quick speed. This is also a dash super, so you at least have one of those available. For Sakura's third ability, I found there to be several options depending on the playstyle you want, which I'll go more into depth on in a little bit. I went with Awakening of the Senses from Kenshiro's moveset. This is a short range dash punch, which is a good buffer tool and lowers the opponent's physical resistance, perfect for piling more damage onto them. Finally, for her Awaken ability, I went with Delaware Detroit Smash, again from Deku's moveset. There are several options you can use for a punching ultimate attack. I went with Delaware Detroit Smash because it not only conveys an incredible amount of power, only requiring 2 punches, but it also isn't locked behind a DLC paywall, which is why I want to avoid with these tutorials. I like the way that the first punch shatters the opponent's defense and the follow-up hit is a true hit. I stuck with the 4 abilities I just listed as the moves have good synergy and allow for a straightforward playstyle. Most importantly, they all convey Sakura's strength. I found the Detroit Smash and 6-Pass Spar are basically irreplaceable as your go-to punching attacks, so that left Awakening of the Senses. I played around with a few different options here. I tried out Seaquake but didn't like its lack of range. I also experimented with multiple buff abilities, Fortify and Temper from Gon's moveset most notably. These didn't feel impactful enough to matter. I also tried out Biscuit's Tenko, which served as a buff and a guard break attack. This is a decent choice if you own the DLC, but I didn't find it particularly fun to use. So you can technically use any physical ability you want in the 3rd ability slot, but I found Awakening of the Senses to feel the most fun and impactful. Okay guys, so I've covered everything I've wanted to here. With this tutorial you should be able to create Sakura Haruno in Jump Force. This character turned out quite well and she was easy enough to create. I'm having fun with this series and will definitely continue. The next 2 characters I have in mind are Rock Lee from Naruto and Leorio from Hunter x Hunter. I'm also going to begin working on my next Jump Force character overview so that series can continue as usual. Anyway guys, enjoy this very short Sakura montage for the remainder of this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.